Guys, I thought I would take you on a little mini farm tour this morning for poops and giggles. Right now I'm getting ready to go feed Mr. Bruce. I'm sure you can hear him in the background. There he is in his new area we just moved him to the other day. I hear ya. Give him. Hey. Hey, calm down. Hey, calm down. And there it is. It's hard to get his food in there without him knocking it over. And to be honest, turn the fence off here. He freaks me out a little bit when he's hungry, and I'm sure you can imagine why. Just listening to him. Let's see, his water looks good. He always thinks he's starving to death, don't ya? You always think you're starving to death, don't ya? Other than that, he's pretty good. It's still weird to me that we have a pig, because pigs always kind of freaked me out growing up. But turn the fence back on there. He's a lot different than most pigs, most feeder pigs, because as I'm sure you can see, he's a lot smaller, which given he's only about 8 months old right now, so he'll still get bigger. But being an American guinea hog, he'll only get between 150 and 300 pounds. So usually about 300 pounds from what we've read is about the lower range of what feeder hogs get to. So he's not nearly as scary as the big feeder pigs you see at the fair and whatnot. I usually feed him first in the morning because, as you heard, he yells at me until I go feed him. And we're gonna go feed the chickens. I know this looks totally gross because John's been putting gelatin in with it for extra protein. Because we changed their feed recently because their eggs were starting to upset my stomach again. Because we had just been giving them kind of the bottom of the barrel cheap Rural King brand chicken feed, which was fine during the summer because they were mostly eating bugs and grass and berries from that thing right over there. So they didn't bother my stomach as much then. But John seems to think I have some kind of soy allergy based on their diet. That's why I haven't been able to eat store-bought eggs for a long time. Interrupt myself here. So this door is totally lame, and it's been so moist and expanded because it's been so unseasonably warm here until yesterday. It's gotten back down in the low 30s. But yeah, we can't lock the door at the moment, so we've been putting this lovely flower pot in front of it to keep it closed at night. Whatever works, right? Get that out of the way. Which, I use that to stick in front of the door anyway, so it doesn't close. Usually they run right out. I'm not sure what's going on today. Oh. This is probably the problem. Now you know why they call people who are afraid of anything chickens. Because they're afraid of this tiny little piece of screen that was laying on the ground. You are being a bad kitty. And the kittens, we have 4 kittens. They're still so small that they can fit under this gap in the fence over here. So that's fun. which is fine because usually they stay out of the chickens' way and the chickens stay out of their way, but I'm kind of worried about the little chicks, which I'll show you in a minute. And this stuff, I wrote a blog post on it recently. This is our new feed that's mostly whole grains, sunflower seeds, oats, sorghum, stuff like that, flaxseed. But we soak it because it makes it easier for them. This is really hard to do with one hand. We soak it to make it easier for them to digest, number one. Trying to get all this stuff out of here. It's easier for them to digest, plus they don't eat as much. And they get more nutrients from it, so that's a win-win-win situation. Plus it's a heck of a lot cheaper. Get out. Here are the little chicks I was just talking about. And I was just yelling at one of the kittens to get away from them. Like I said, I'm mostly worried about the kittens getting them. Otherwise, the cats and the chickens kind of leave each other alone. Let's see, they're still pretty good on food here. I'll shake it towards the front a little bit. There we go. I still got plenty of water. I'm gonna go check out how much is in their bucket. I know that doesn't look like much, but that'll hold them over for another day. So that tells you just how much that food I gave them outside that I just dumped out keeps them filled. There were oyster shells, which I think they spill more of them than they actually eat them. Right now we've got, I think, 10 girls left. And as you can see, these are fake eggs. We're only getting about 1 egg a day. So that figures since I can finally eat their eggs again, right? Just making sure everybody's accounted for. And our lovely rooster. We actually just got rid of our other rooster, if you know what I mean. Couple days ago or so, because 2 roosters to 11 chickens is just way too many roosters. Plus, roosters are just annoying, as I'm sure you can imagine. And there's another one of the kittens. Hey, It's always the dark ones getting themselves in trouble. Go on. Hey. No. I don't trust you. You leave those chickens alone. Looks like somebody's been making that hole bigger. I don't know if you can see just how big. Yeah. So, we really need to put something in front of that. That's Gandalf. She likes to chase the kitten sometimes. So I think that's it. And there's my buddy, Esmeralda. She likes to follow me around like I've got extra food for her. Hey, get back. Hey. This one too, this little Easter egger right here likes to follow me too. You think they would know by now that I don't keep extra treats on me. But they're chickens and they're stubborn. There's Bertha. Her back looks lovely. You can tell she's one of the rooster's favorites by that lovely bald patch on her back. See, there's Esmeralda following me as usual. And somebody's eyeballing the chick, so I'm gonna have to go deal with that, evidently. You know, not like I have kids indoors that I need to check on. Our lovely garage that's always a mess. Since I still have this running, I'll show you. Yeah, we just mixed up our own feed for the chickens. in this trash can, and we actually had so much that we had to mix it up in one of the bags also, but we've already gone through that. But we have had this for about 2 months now, and I think John said it was like 150 pounds. So that's pretty freaking good that it's lasted us 2 months. Not sure why the bag is like this. I don't remember leaving it like that. And we kind of roughly measured out for how many chickens we have. One of the YouTubers we used to watch all the time that knows a lot more about chickens than we do said chicken should have about 1/3 of a pound of food per day per chicken. So we just kind of roughly measure that out for how many chickens we have at the time. Again, sorry for the camera going crazy everywhere. It's very hard to hold a phone and do this at the same time. Nosy kitties. Speaking of which, I'm gonna have to go check on that one. Nope, and I forgot to put this back in the garage. Had this plate out here with some leftover bagel from breakfast. That's the great thing about having a pig too, is that even though we don't have a garbage disposal, we don't have to worry too much about food leftovers, because you can feed just about anything to a pig. Evidently, from what my husband has read, guinea hogs, at least, can eat anything except too much salt and chocolate. So they're kind of like dogs in that sense. And evidently the whole chocolate thing, some can eat it and some can't, but you won't know they're allergic to it unless you give it to them, obviously. So we've just avoided the chocolate for obvious reasons. Alright, and I think that's it. I'm just gonna go soak the seeds, and that's it for this morning since nobody needed water. Thanks for watching.